Good morning, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the Loven Stamp Studio. I am so happy to see you again, actually like in real time. So if you're watching on the live, I am actually here and I can see your comments. So make sure you say hi and where you're watching from and if you have any thoughts or anything like that. I am wearing my super bright chevron shirt here because we are doing ombre today with a mix of blending brushes, direct to stamp technique, and then we're going to use both the front and the negative space of our cards. I just realized I don't know, my die must be here somewhere. We're going to use both the front and the negative space of our cards and our card pieces, so you guys will have a chance to maybe rethink about some of the things you're throwing away as scraps. I'm not saying to save all the scraps because that gets a little out of hand, but just look at the pieces because, you know, one stamper's trash is another stamper's art piece. So I think you guys will like that. Oh, hi, Lori. If you guys are watching later, make sure you say hi too. I always love to see everybody's comments. So with that, let me pull out the Extraordinary Flora stamp set. If you haven't seen this one, I've been featuring it during the month of August. It is absolutely amazing. And I'm calling it a secret suite. So we're pairing it with the Extraordinary Flora washi tape and then the new in colors that are on special for the month of August. So don't miss out on the chance to add these to your collection if you don't have them already, or to stock up on cardstock if you need those consumables. So I think you guys will like that. And the designer series paper that's part of my secret suite is the... Okay, you can tell I've been out of the studio for just a teeny bit. What's the name of the designer series paper? Okay, I'm going to look at the Loven Stamps card kits to go on the Loven Stamps website, and the DSP is, Florals in Bloom. Yes. So Florals in Bloom is perfect to go along with our sort of secret suite. So hi, Sue. Hi, Tanya. All right, with that, I'm going to switch our camera over. And we're going to get started. So I have a couple bonuses for you guys today. Remind me to show you not only, sorry, let's get this moved here. Not only today's card, but I also am going to show you remind you the other three cards from this Loven Stamps tutorials for August. And I have a whole bunch of fun mailbag things to show you. So this is going to be a fun day. A fun day. It's like a reunion. I'm happy to see you guys. Hey, Nikki. Yay. I have enjoyed being in Colorado this summer a couple of times, actually. So, all right. So we're going to start here with our Secret C cardstock. And we're going to use this as our background. Now, we want to go ahead and do some stamping here on our layer. So I'm going to set this aside for the moment. And we are going to look at this giant stamp. So it fits on the F block, which is a pretty large one. If you don't have an F block and you're like, I don't know, am I really going to use that big block for lots of things? You can always take this stamp and just mount it. I say on the inside of your stamp case. The problem with mounting on the outside is that then you're going to get flex in your case and it's not going to work very well. But if you mount the stamp on the inside and then stamp upside down this way with it, you can get away with using the inside of your stamp case as a surface. So let's see. The other thing is it's easy to clean them. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to start inking this. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to ink it. First, I'm going to do our lightest color. So I have Darling Duckling here. And I'm going to go ahead and give it sort of a strip here along the center. And I want, when you're inking with your blending brushes, you want to make sure to apply lots of color, okay? So with a blending brush, you'll know from working on paper that the more you ink it, the more you're going to have transfer. But if you ink your blending brush and then you just keep pounding, you're actually not adding new color to your surface, okay? So you want to ink a little, tap a little, ink a little, tap a little. I feel like there's a song about that, right? From a musical, like in the 50s or something. Okay, well, anyway, if you know what I'm talking about, post it in the comments because I can't come up with it. But then we're going to go to one side here. Is it from like The King and I or something? I don't know. Anyway, we're going to go ahead with Old Olive. And same as with the yellow, when you want to have more ink on your surface, you need to ink a little, tap a little, and not just sort of ink once and then tap a ton, because the ink stays right there at the surface and it transfers really easily. And repeated tapping only means that you have more ink going back onto your blending brush. You're not actually applying more to your surface. So, all right, and then last we have strawberry slush, and two of the colors here from our set are from the in colors that are on special, the Secret Sea and the Darling Duckling. So now you could also put an orange in here if you wanted to. I'm kind of feeling like I'm getting very like pink heavy. Let's go back. I'm going to add some yellow. Now, when I do this, it's going to make my, it's going to pick up ink on my blending brush off of my stamp. So as we go, I'm going to kind of clean that off on here. So ink, and then tap, and then you see how much there's picked up there. So that's what you can see, like if you think about where your blending brush has been and what colors it might be picking up. Okay. This is like rub your head, pat your stomach here. I'm trying to remember, just rub on my pad and tap on my block. All right, so there we have a really, really cool ombre stamping. And whoops, I guess I won't use that side of my cardstock. We're going to go ahead and we are going to stamp this here on our cardstock. Now we're going to use the negative space from this. So I'm going to get this pretty close to the middle and go ahead and give it a good stamp. Now, often with photopolymer stamps, I love them because the cardstock will stick. And so then I can flip this to the back side and just make sure that I get it all over. Now, you notice I didn't use my finger to push down anywhere. I don't want to accidentally press the cardstock down to the background, because that can pick up like background ink from our blending brush. But if I use the block, then I'm only hitting the surface. Oh, Leanne got it. Yep, it's from South Pacific. You're right. All right. So there is our super gorgeous ombre stamping there, okay? Now, we're going to use this, and we're going to use the background. So let's pull out our washi tape, our die cut here. So this die cut will die cut both the images from the washi tape. So if you haven't seen those other videos, you'll want to go back and check them out. They're the last few. And in those videos, I use the washi tape to cut out images. I'll show them to you now. That went on our card like this. So this is the washi tape here that is cut out and then applied as an embellishment to our card. Here's another one we did. And we use the washi tape both as the shaker elements in the background, and we use them to make this really pretty floral edging piece, which would also make a great card front. And we use them here as decoration too, okay? So we're gonna use them again. And so I think I have some cutout here that we are gonna use from my bin of collection. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use the die to cut out the stamped images now, which I haven't done yet on our tutorial. So, all right, so we're gonna just line that up there, grab it with our washi tape, and please come join me at our die cutting station. All right, I get people ask me about this mat sometimes. It's just a silicone placemat from anywhere, a big box store or online or whatever. It's a really great thing. It helps to keep my die cut machine from shifting, and that is always helpful. So, all right, I'm gonna bring this back over and show it to you, hopefully without getting everything shaken up too much, because we are going to have to put this back together, okay? So let's move these pieces out of the way for the moment, because our next step is actually going to be more blending brushes. Just like more cowbell, there's always room for more blending brushes. Okay, so we're going to set these. Actually, if they stay on here, that'd be awesome. We'll just leave them on our plate. Okay, they're a little scattered, but okay. There's puzzle piecing today going on, so. All right. You're going to pop that back in there. Like I said, we're going to use this. So what I want to do is I want to bring my dies next to it, because I want to use them as my guide for where I'm going to put my coloring on this project. So I'm going to start again with my lightest color, so my Darling Duckling. And I'm looking at this one right here, and it looks like we're about halfway through that one flower there is going to be the place where we have our yellow start. Now, you know that I'm always big on not starting here. Start off your paper and then come on. I totally still agree with that. When I tapped it in the middle, I was tapping in one of those openings there. Now, one of the really cool things about doing this is that you're going to get a highlight around the edges. We'll go a little higher, kind of like we went back and did later. You're going to get a highlight around the shapes that are cut out, which is really fun here. So now let's grab some strawberry slush, and we're going to do this up there top. There, you can see it really well on the strawberry slush. Because you're catching the edges of that cardstock, it's going to grab that color nice and hard right there at the edges. And then we're going to bring this down into our yellow there to get some good mixing of our ombre colors here with our strawberry slush and our darling duckling. And I want this to be pretty strong up here at the top. So again, you can see kind of what I'm talking about. If you want the color to be stronger, you have to pick up more color in shorter bursts. You can't just keep swirling the same thing. Once the ink is off of your blending brush, you're not really adding more by continuing to swirl. You might bring those colors together as a little bit more like blended, but just keep swirling is not going to add more color. Okay, and then lastly, we're going to go back with our olive. And I like this olive color. You'll be able to see when we put it with our Secret C. The olive is a great match for the Secret C because it's a nice strong color that sort of leads from our greens into our blues, and it looks really nice next to the Secret C designer series paper that we have. So the designer series paper is, again, the Florals in Bloom, and it is a wonderful match for the florals, the Extraordinary Flora washi tape. Oh, the washi tape. So it was out of stock. It's still out of stock, but it was out of stock with a due date of like mid-October, but it's been updated. It looks like it might be in mid-September now. So when you use the links that are in the video description on this video, you can click through, and there should be one in the comments too. You can click through and you can sign up to get an email when the stuff is back in stock, so then you don't miss it. Hi, Dorothy. Yeah, it's good to be back. All right. So now what we're going to do, we have this really awesome frame here. It's a little hard to see. And we are going to build our card. But before we do that, I need my paper trimmer here. Oh, I was just using it, so it's a little further away than usual. You can tell what color cardstock I was cutting. I've been working on swaps for the fall catalog that comes out in September. Whew, so pretty, so many pretty things. All right, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna trim this. And the reason that I like to trim it afterwards is because now we have a clean line at the top that doesn't have that dark ink layer, which kind of makes me happy. So it's okay to add that too, but it doesn't really matter where you cut this because you will see why. All right, so now we have this really pretty ombre piece, and we have our Secret C cardstock. All right, oh, I'm gonna have to trim the ends too. Let's see, because we need our paper to be 5.5 inches wide, because it's going to cover our whole card front. So 5.5. There we go. All right, so perfect fit. I feel like these pieces should be someplace. Maybe they should go inside our card. I'll hold on to them just in case. All right, so now we have this really pretty background here, and you can see how nicely these colors really pop with our Secret C. So I have some Secret C designer series paper. Like I said, this is from Florals in Bloom, and you might previously have thought that like this was the pretty side of this paper, which actually is what I thought, but this side is uber useful. I'm really getting a lot of good use out of that. So, oh, and then look, I have a new glue holder courtesy of my friend Jennifer. She sent some fun treats, so thank you, Jennifer. I'm kind of liking that. She sent a butterfly one too. She's like, oh, I just saw that you keep your glue in a little glass, which is true. I do like my glass also. I'm gonna move that up. The beauty of multi-purpose liquid glue. But these sunflowers are pretty cool and also excellently seasonal. So, all right, we're just kind of eyeing where this is going to go. And then I'm going to put a strip of glue down here and pop this on like that. Okay, so now we have some secrecy that will show at the top and some secrecy that will show at the bottom. And let's go ahead and set this up for our next part. So I have the strips of adhesive, and if you haven't seen these before, I'm like leaning over to get in a drawer here. I'm back. These are the foam adhesive strips. They come in a package like this. Here we go. Sorry, forget what I'm looking at. They come in a package like this. You get a few sheets, and they can be cut to whatever size you want. So I find them really helpful for projects like this, where I have a long, narrow place that I would like to have adhesive. So I am going to pop these along the whole bottom here, hopefully without going over. I think I'm good. And one more down here. And then I'm going to pop it at the whole top, because what I want is I want a really nice raised edge here so that the pieces, the puzzle pieces we put back inside our frame are going to really pop, okay? And I'll just peel this whole one here, and then we can cut the excess off the end. Okay, I guess we have to cut the excess off both ends because I didn't place it very well. There we go. And then I'll finish this over here. And this little bit's got to come off. There we go. Okay. And we'll do one more little bit. You can decide how much you want to worry about covering your acreage, I guess, here, your square footage, and how much you're like, it's good enough. So we're going to do this. The other thing you can cover is I have some more strips here. I'm going to put one in the middle here, I think. Let's see, maybe it'll have to be two pieces to be fit in here, but that's going to kind of prop up the middle of our element, because what I basically want is I want this frame element to sit up above the surface of the card so that the puzzle pieces can sit down underneath. All right, and then this is going to go down like so. All right, okay, so now we have this set, and we're going to go ahead. I'm going to set aside my foam adhesive strips. Definitely one of those stock up things, and we're going to use our glue, and I'm just going to drop some glue in every one of these little holes. And if you are there any jigsaw puzzle fans out there? Anyone? Anyone? If you are a jigsaw puzzle fan, then this project is pretty much for you. Let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and start popping these in. And as I go, I'm just going to crunch them down just a little bit underneath the surface there so that they really show as being separate from the border. And if there's a little blue around the edge that shows because I don't get it exactly in the right place, I'm totally fine with that, because that color is just going to carry on with the edges of our card and kind of help to hold everything together. The hardest part of these is fitting the end flowers in and getting them shaped the right direction. But you can see it kind of mattered how we set up our ombre, because I wanted our ombre front, the upper layer, to match our ombre stamping in the background. So it looks like this is a really cool, like, wait, how did they do that kind of technique? But you guys know the secret now. It's not all that difficult. It just takes an extra step, and it is really fun with the way it comes out in the end. So you can see those colors are just a beautiful, beautiful carry over of the elements here. Which way does this flower go? It maybe doesn't matter all that much, but I kind of feel like it does matter a little. I think it goes here, because you want it to line up and look like it's just cut out of the same piece, which actually I guess it is cut out of the same piece, right? Let's see. I think this one goes this way. You can use the ombre color to some extent to help you get things reoriented too. All right. Oh, yay. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you like this one, Sue. Okay. So now we have our puzzle assembled, And we have these really cool, like sort of layered look here where we have the inverse. And now what we would do is go ahead and die cut some elements here. And so this is a piece of the washi tape. All I did was just lay it out. There's two different color repeats on here. This one that's still on the roll is the in colors from last year, 24 to 26. And these include like Strawberry Slush and Peekaboo, Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, and so forth. And then the second repeat, if you pull it out again, is going to be the colors that match here. So Strawberry Slush and Darling Duckling, and our fabulous combination. I realized I like said Strawberry Slush like it's not part of the in colors, but it is. It's part of this year's in colors. So I like a moment of weirdness there. Anyway, so our die here also cuts those washi tape flowers, ta-da, like this. And then we have a set of them here someplace. I feel like I should have some. There we go. Some cut out already. Have some loose in the little baggie. I don't know about you guys, but I tend to store my extra pieces in my stamp case. So I'm going to put a couple of those in. Oh, there's no really big flower. That's okay. I will grab some of these little flowers here instead. And then I have another sample to show you that uses those big flowers. So then this, I'm just going to pop back in here. You can tell we've been using a lot of the, a lot of this particular colorway of the washi tape. It's beautiful. So, all right. So like I said, we want to bring in some greeting here. And for our greeting, I have the Pattern of Friendship stamp, which is the other one that I've been featuring this month. And the greetings in here are just so much fun. You bring so much joy and laughter into my life. Friends of the family you choose yourself. Thank you. You brings a smile on my face. Just really outstanding ones. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make a little banner here with our hexagon punch. And you might be thinking, like, how does that work, Meg? That hexagon punch is short. It's not going to make a banner. But what we're going to do, I'm going to clip across the bottom so we have a straight edge here. What we're going to do is we're going to use a punch trick that I highly encourage you to use on lots of punches. In fact, I just used it yesterday on a brand new punch that's coming in the catalog, the next catalog, and that debuts in September, that one. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do a pull-through punch trick. And so basically, when you put your paper in, you're going to pull it through the strip like this, okay? So did you guys kind of see how that works? I'm going to do it one more time. So I'm going to put my cardstock in like I'm going to punch it, but instead of punching it, I'm going to pull it through like that. Now you need to make your cardstock just a teensy bit narrower than the punch itself so that it fits there through there neatly. And then I'm just going to go ahead and make sure it's straight and then punch. And now I have the hexagon shape, but without that upper edge there. So I can make this as long, cover up our whole thing, as long or as short as I want to fit our card. So I think I'm going to keep it pretty short because I don't want to cover up too much of our project. But I'm going to go ahead and just clip that off there. So you can see how that pull-through punch trick is a really cool way to add to your selections here. All right, so let's go ahead and pop this down. I'm going to put the glue on my background here so that it doesn't squish it down too far. And then I'm going to pop this over here. All right, so we're going to line it up at the top edge there to emphasize the edge of our card. And now we need a greeting. And for our greeting, we're going to use a strip of Pretty in Pink cardstock. And let's see, thanks for being the best, I think will be an easy one to pop on here. And let's see, thanks for being the best. So you could use lots of narrow greetings. This cardstock piece is one that I end up with a lot of extra time. And I love using Secret C as my neutral. We used it for our background, so I'm going to use it as my stamping here in place of the black or the brown that I would otherwise use. So there is our greeting. And now we're going to use our punch again. So all of these external corners make great shaping tools. And so I am going to slide this in here and I'm going to make sure that the shape is kind of like in line here. Okay, do you see how now it like makes a right angle there at the, it's not a right angle, but makes an evenly spaced angle with our punch piece, okay, like that. And then I can flip this over and do the same over here. There we go. And so now I have this cute little shaped banner piece that can fit across here. All right, now let's see where we're going to put our our elements here. And I think, let's see, thanks for being the best. I kind of want my focal point to be down here at the end rather than like up here above, because I want to emphasize that word there at the end. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to leave this one, maybe I'll save that for the inside of our card. But we're going to go ahead and arrange things like this so that our extra color punch is right here where our focal point is. So I'll pull things off like one at a time, put some glue on there. I'm going to put some glue on this one, and then we're going to use dimensionals, I think, on our florals. Let's see. And what the heck, we'll use dimensionals on this too. I am definitely not afraid of using dimensionals on cards. So there we go. And it needs to not overlap the edge of our card here, I just realized. So let's see. And then I think I have some mini dimensionals. Let's see, these are mini from a kit, but they'll work. You know, in the Stampin' Up! Kits, you get adhesives often, and they are terrific to use for all kinds of projects. So definitely when you're finished with the kit itself, hang on to those other dimensionals and put them to work. Okay, thank you for being the best. And then we would, of course, need to put something inside our card here as a greeting. So we're going to do a really quick insert for that. And I'm going to make it the full width here, just like the front of our card is. Okay, so like that. And let's see, what should we do here? I feel like we can use some of these rainbow pieces maybe, or let's see, we can also make ourselves an ombre piece. So just like on this card here where we've been using, we've used the negative space piece. We're going to use the negative space piece here from a previous card because I don't have that one here to use anymore. All right, so we're just going to put this at the end and do a little rainbow here across the bottom. And there's still plenty of ink left in my blending brushes for just a light background there. Okay, so now we have that really pretty ombre floral there. And actually, I don't know if I did this the right way. I did it upside down. What I was going to say is we could stamp this, but it's going to be the inverse colors. Oh, we could stamp it anyway. Let's just like go a little crazy here. We're going to do it in one color. So let's take our chamois here and pull some of that ink off. All right. I guess I could do it in the Secret C, but that's going to make the make it really hard to see through. So let's do it in Strawberry Slush, and then I'm going to stamp off. So I'm going to stamp once on here, and now we're going to stamp it here on our background. So this is similar to one of the cards that I did early in our series. Okay, so there we have, oh, I kind of like that with the pink and the rainbow in the background. So lots of good possibilities for this. All right, and then we'll go ahead and put this on. And there we go. All right, if I wanted to, I could pop, oh, why not? We'll put that one extra little floral on there, okay? To kind of recall the florals from the front. All right, what do you guys think? Pretty fun, right? With the rainbow in the front and the rainbow in the back. I'm glad you guys like the punch tricks too. So here's another one with a little bit different floral on it, but kind of the same idea. I did a little bit less Old Olive on the bottom of this one, so you can kind of see which one you like best. Honestly, it really is a very flexible card. So you could do this in any colors. If you were doing like something for a retirement, if your like place of work has some kind of like color scheme, you could do it in the color scheme for that. If you're looking at like grad cards or things like that, you can of course do like school colors. Lots of good possibilities for that. All right, So I promised you guys some other peeks of things today. So let me, I already showed you the 4 cards. So let me pull these back out here. These are the 4 cards that I featured for this month with the different techniques. And so those are the tutorials that are part of Loven Stamps monthly tutorials, which you get for free if your order is $60 or more during the month of August. So let me know if you have questions about that. Those will email out after the end of the month, so watch for those. And then if you're, everybody who places any size order gets the tutorials as a PDF for free. If you are interested in getting card kits to go, then you'll want to make sure that your order is, that your order is at least $60 before shipping and tax to get the card kits to go also. All right. Let's see. Mailbag. All right. Let's do mailbag. I'm kind of excited about these cards today. You can see why I wore this this shirt here to be bright and cheery for things. And I just realized my camera's been crooked. Sorry, it's been the whole time. So I got a really fun package in the mail from my friends in Honolulu, and they sent this gorgeous, gorgeous card with this, I can't remember, hibiscus, which is on the endangered species list, I was going to say, on the last chance list. If you don't have this gorgeous floral, I featured it last Christmas as part of Loven Stamps monthly tutorials. So you can get those tutorials from my Etsy shop if you're interested. But I love it, and I know it's been a huge fan favorite for my friends in Hawaii. So that is a really beautiful card from them. So thank you guys. And a really, really fun fold here for a big piece of designer series paper. So this one, let me show you here because it's kind of brilliant. So if you have a lot of people who want to sign something, it is, let's see, almost 12. Nope, it's the full 12 inches. And this side is also the full 12 inches. So it's scored at 4 1/4, at 7, and at 4 1/4. It looks like 7 and 9 3/4. And then I think that that's the same thing, and you just take them and turn them the opposite direction, and then they just fold together like this, which is so brilliant. And then have that split there on the front. So clever idea. Anyway, and a beautiful lei and some chocolates, which are one of my favorites. So, all right. I also got a package in the mail from my friend Pat, and it included this cute little card here, which is a card and a gift card holder. So it includes that little pocket on the back. So super clever. And she covered the back of her envelope here too, which is always a fun thing. So then the card opens like this with little Velcro, and then you can have your message and so forth inside. And this is a beautiful paper. I don't know if Mediterranean, it was called Mediterranean Blooms, I think. It has been on the last chance list. If it's still there, I would go check it out because this paper is beautiful and one of my favorites. And then she sent a whole bunch of little goodies. So Post-it notes, which I always use. Okay, these Sharpie gel pens. If you have not tried these yet, I get nothing from Sharpie for this, but I love these Sharpie gels. They're so great. I have one that I actually got from a friend as a gift, and I've been kind of hoarding it. So I'm like, woo, I'm like, this is gold to me. Some cute little containers, because who doesn't need little containers? I can't wait to decide what to put in these. And then this cool thing, which is a pokey tool that is all beaded, kind of like a cool hat pin, but then it has like a really nice pokey end to it. So beautiful. I'm really loving this. I didn't even know this was a thing. So thanks, Pat. All right. So I also have some fun, wrapping some things. Some fun other things to show you. This is from my friend Tracy, who sent a really cute card and has this fun, what was this called? Anyway, it's the medallions that are really, really cute, and they work great on a card. So the other thing she did was include this as like a card protector. This is cut from one of the Memories and More cards, and that's a great way to put those to work. Then I have these cute little pieces here, and a matching card, of course, from my friend Jennifer. And I love the way she used the blending brushes to make that sun in the background there on the sailing card. So this sunrise sailing is coming back here eventually pretty soon. So keep an eye out for that. I think around the beginning of September. It's been really popular and out of stock for a while too. So thank you, Jennifer. And then I have another card. This is from Doris. And I love this easel and the little brushes. And look at the little cork basket. Isn't that cute? Just such a clever little bonus there. And then I have another card. This is from Jennifer also. And I have to show you the cool backing here. And then, of course, our very favorite extraordinary Flora. And I love the way Jennifer used stamped and die cut images as well as the washi tape images. It really brings those elements together. And then a little congrats is actually from the stamp set. But check out the way this card opens. It bends this way and then opens up this way. Isn't that fun? So we have basically a card front here. So it's a normal size card, and then there's about an inch, I think, cut away from the front here, and then scored at an inch on what would be the card back. And then you just attach your panel here, and so it opens like this as like a buckle kind of thing. Isn't that clever? I adore it. It's just really fun. I'm going to have to put that one to work. And then finally, my friend Missy sent me this cute little packet here with a card, Your Dynamite. So this is from one of our kits here. Card first aid. One of our kits, so you'll want to check those out if you have Dynamite fans in your stamping audience. So just really cute one there. Let me pinch this back together. There we go. So, I mean, it's so cute. Oh, he wants to not I've been playing too much with it, I guess. Anyway, there we go. He's all set. And then a really cute little pouch to go with. So Missy knows that I love to sew. Super fancy here with 2 zippers on it. And Missy, of course, made this beautiful. And orange is, of course, one of my favorite colors. So there we go. So all of the fun things. So thank you guys for all the treats and celebration things you're sending. I really appreciate them. And I mean, you guys are the best part, right, of doing this whole thing, the chance to kind of be together and gather and share some ideas. And I really appreciate you all. So, all right, with that, it is great to be back in the studio. I am here. We're back on like school calendar schedule for the foreseeable future. So you can count on Tuesday and Thursday mornings at 9:30 a.m. Central Time and more projects. So if you're like, okay, that was great, Extraordinary Flora, I've seen that, I know some ideas now. Don't worry, next time I have a non-Extraordinary Flora project for you. It's actually a pop-up card, and I think you guys are going to get a good kick out of that one too. So, all right, everyone, have a wonderful Tuesday. I hope your week is off to a great start. How could it not be with some fun, creative stamping ideas, right? And I'll be back on Thursday with another fun project for you guys. So, yay, Bonnie, I'm so glad you enjoyed it. All right, thanks, everybody. Have a really great day.